What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be looking at Team of the Season, Kane. So obviously he started the year with a huge card that I just didn't think that he was going to fill the boots from other than Team of the Season, which I think we were pretty much correct. It was his rule breaker, 91 rated, some very good pace on it, and obviously it still technically has better pace than this card right here, sitting at a base with 91 pace. And to be honest, when using that card, he seemed like he did have decent pace, like it weren't awful, didn't feel quite like 91 like someone at 6'2" would, but it still was very good. And I think the big thing about this card is everything else is better. So obviously the pace may be what, a +3, -3 compared to the rule breaker, but everything else on this card looks absolutely fantastic. We've got the great shooting that literally just keeps going. We've got good passing, dribbling looks fantastic, the physicals, the heading, everything looks pretty swanky in this one. Obviously the chem style that we're going to be going with is going to be that engine. It will turn him into a 97 rated striker with 90 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. It ended up with 97 passing and 97 dribbling, and it will give him 87 agility, 93 balance. So I can't really argue with that. That's going to be a wonderful card, and I've been seeing him packed left, right and centre in upgrade packs in the past day or two. We are going to be going for a last full send for our try on an untradeable Rashi or obviously big boy Bruno. If Kane pops up, then obviously that'll be fantastic as well. We've got outside of the foot, leadership and team player on the traits. So to be honest, he does look solid. Would I say he's going to be in a lot of foot champs teams? Probably not. I just don't see it. With the amount of strikers that we've got, if he is, he's going to be out pretty quickly, because there is so many. I wouldn't even say necessarily better, but it is more meta. It's more meta players. They just work well. But saying that, I have heard wonderful things about this card. I've heard his runs are pretty class. Obviously his shooting's got to be top notch. With 97 shooting on the base, I'm expecting him to be an absolute worldie in front of goal. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he can do. Obviously the agility balance isn't going to be incredible, but I feel like it'll be just enough to get through. He's got the 99 composure as well as the reactions, 96 ball control. He just looks very statted. He is a 3-star, 4-star, high work rate, 6'2" right footed, and let's see what Kane can do for us. Kane takes it away from Tavernier. He is going to get that strength on him. It is literally a battle of the strengths, and Kane does come out on top, but unfortunately passes it away instantly. Pulls it back into Kane, and look at that. Absolutely sensational finish from him. He literally pulls it so wide. I really didn't expect him to be able to cut that in and smash it through the keeper with his left foot. Fantastic goal for him. You know, for the penalty, we've got to stay up with my man Kane. Oh no. Oh no. Harry Kane sees it out wide. No, Kazawa's going to knock him over before he manages to make that pass. I'm kind of in a half and half mood with him. There is times where I'm thinking I can play with better strikers, and yes, I think if you've got him untradeable, it's a completely different story, because you've not then necessarily had to buy him. I wouldn't personally pay 500k for him. If I was going to pick a striker, I'd rather literally go with Gold Mbappe in terms of kind of like who's going to have the better kind of return. Oh, there it is, beautiful. Who's going to have the better return in terms of foot champs? It's going to be Mbappe. But if you get him untradeable, then obviously that's a different story. I feel like then he becomes better just because he's free, or at least you've packed him, if you know what I mean. But lovely second goal. Kane getting the interception. Doesn't manage to hold on to the ball though. Kane, oh, working it. Rodri getting that interception, unfortunately. Into Kane. Look for Javinho. Can we get in front? Dest, his pace is going to be too much. The one thing that Kane does have, and I must admit, if you kind of lack out the pace and maybe don't think that necessarily has that good pace, then his kind of like sheer determination to try and get that ball back is definitely worth noting as a really big positive for him. The interception side of stuff and the aggression mixing together is absolutely wonderful. Obviously, in terms of going against like the Desai's, the Des like he's got here with the 90 plus paces, I just think they are naturally going to be faster, and you will find moments where Kane definitely comes out on top, and the passing side of him is normally pretty fantastic, as Salah is wreaking all of the benefits for right there. It's a lovely assist, and Kane has been a beautiful asset into this team. Oh, lovely ball from Kane. Can we make it 2 for 2? Oh, it's gone into Gervinho. Into Kane again. Oh, I was hoping he was going to go for the right foot. Obviously, it's always nice as well, because when you've kind of got a striker that predominantly is right-footed, and normally that's where you kind of go for, you'd expect him to kind of move with it, and there's a potential then it opens up the left-hand side. So if you are kind of going for that reverse, it does mean there's a potential for then just hitting that little shot. We saw it in the first goal with him, is that he is able to hit with both, and sometimes score some absolute crackers with his left as well. Finding Kane on that run. We're going to let in Gervinho again. Into Kane. Goes with that quick finesse. Probably too quick. Should have definitely found a little bit more space. Kane. Oh, that was a big, big leap. If anybody's going to do it, Kane's going to rise above the goalkeeper and head it down from him. Big boy Kane. Oh my god, what a save from Ederson. Go with the finesse again. Smalling's going to be in the way. This time, just literally cannot catch a break with him. Ederson with a fantastic close range save there. You don't see that very often. Team of the season Ederson coming in clutch for him. Oh, Kane finding in a bit of Cantona. Gervinho's not going to put it past him though either. So moving on to the overall for Kane then. Like I said, 575k at the start, 500 on the X on the PlayStation, and 468 on the PC. I would not pay for that for him. Obviously, if you're England team, if you're an English fan, if you've got an England team, or obviously you are a Spurs fan, then yes, of course you're going to pay this. It's absolutely nothing for a 96 striker of your club. If Rashford was this price, we'd easily go pick it up, or even I don't know, Cavani, 96 Cavani, easily pay that much. But in terms of kind of the meta, the foot champs, the rivals, is he going to make your starting lineup? For me, I just don't think he will. We have had so many good strikers, it's unreal. Obviously, I personally rock CR7 there at the moment. We do have Mane as well, who is obviously a fantastic one. You've got Aguero coming in at the same price. Granted, you've got to pay for him, untradables, what have you. Aguero is phenomenal. Mane, phenomenal. I even like a bit of Albert, to be honest, but I feel like he's very similar, maybe a little bit quicker, but Kane's shooting is just next level. In terms of Cavani, I'm trying to think, Traore, I suppose, he, to be honest, wasn't amazing, but he did somewhat of a job. You've got Bamford as a free card. Obviously, again, not necessarily the greatest card in the world, but you don't have to pay for him. I think 500k for a player that is decent, but not considered meta, I just really don't see people paying out for him. Unless, obviously, like I say, a fan. 4-star skill moves would have been an absolute lovely treat if they decided, just because he does have 88 pace, as it does show, but it doesn't feel like that. That's the difference. You could have a 6'5" player with 99 pace, but it's bulky as hell. You put him against someone who's 5'8", 99 pace, and a lean person, he's going to smoke him every time by meters. And that's kind of Kane. He's 6'2". He has got a bit of dribbling on him. Don't get me wrong. I thought he was actually all right at that. But in terms of kind of just actual pace, he's only good for so long. And shooting wise, I think that's where we're going wrong with him, with talking about the negatives. His shooting's phenomenal. We already knew that was going to be happening. 97 on the base, you just can't argue with that. Great passing as well, obviously with the engine put on, it's practically maxed out bar from free kick accuracy, which we don't need anyway. We've got great strength, we've got good stamina, jumping aggressions up there, and then obviously head and accuracy itself is 99, so he does have the stats for it. And I think if you can play in a certain way, play, he will be very useful to your squad. If I was playing him, I'd put him as like a centre forward or a very attacking cam that kind of links just mainly with one striker there. I think striker on his own is just too much of a responsibility. You can do it, but I just think you're going to have better results with either being with a second striker and playing off him, or in that kind of like a 4-2-3-1 where that middle cam is really assisting the striker but doesn't necessarily need to do all the through balls or run onto all the through balls. It's kind of to the feet and then pass to the striker and kind of work from there. That for me is going to be the perfect role for him. Let me know down below if you agree with that. I'm personally going to give him a 9 out of 10. Let me know again, like I say, if you've packed him, what do you think about him? I like him. I think he is a good card. I just wouldn't pay 600k for him at this point in the game. I feel like there's going to be so many more cards out there, and I know EA don't necessarily control the exact price, but for me, he's better off packed rather than bought. Make sure you like and subscribe on this video though, and I will see you all for the next one. Peace.